some. Yeah. So I'm the managing director for Elsevier Health in India, South Asia. What does Elsevier do? Well, we're a global leader in the development and dissemination of scientific knowledge and medical knowledge. So we combine content with technology and analytics, which helps to empower individuals and institutions to realize the potential of information, to improve academic, professional, and clinical performance and expand human knowledge, and to generate positive and sometimes groundbreaking outcomes in critical domains of human endeavor. But it all starts with the people. So in Elsevier, we have 7,000 employees in over 150 offices worldwide, and together we're producing content that serves 30 million scientists, students, educators, and health information professionals. Some of our products and brands that you may recognize are The Lancet, Science Direct, our research platform, Clinical Key, Scopus, Nursing Skills, Clinical Learning, MyPGME, Gray's Anatomy, and Netters. So today, while the world offers about 1.5 doctors on average for every 1,000 individuals, India is providing only 0.5 or 0.6 doctors for every 1,000 individuals. Due to the unfavorable doctor-patient ratio, the stress on the healthcare system is overwhelming. By 2031, it is possible to move from 0.5 or 0.6 per 1,000 to 1 per 1,000. That will require, obviously, an almost doubling or more than doubling, given the growth in the population of the number of doctors. To fulfill this vision, there'll be a need to increase the annual intake of medical students from about 50,000 today to about 70,000. It's not all about doctors, however, and we also need trained nurses and allied healthcare professionals in adequate numbers and well trained. It's logical for the government to increase the number of colleges as well as to allow more students per college. That, of course, leads to some other challenges. Some of the challenges include the fact that about 50% of the existing medical workforce doesn't practice in the formal healthcare system. In terms of allopathic doctors, that figure's about 25% for a number of reasons, including insufficient incentives, lack of career growth, and migration to other regions. Other challenges include the rapid growth in private education institutions, which, while necessary on one hand, result in a shortage of well-trained faculty, or rather the shortage of well-trained faculty threatens to compromise the quality of the teaching within those institutions. We also have a lack of resources for students. They suffer from information overload, partly as a result of low adoption of newer learning and teaching methods. There's also a lack of adequately trained healthcare workers. So there's a lack of standardization of education and evaluation. And as a result, a high percentage of graduating doctors and nurses and paramedics lack adequate workplace skills. There's also a lack of focus on continuing education and professional development, CEPD. CEPD is neither mandated nor is it part of the professional culture. So it's a nice to have rather than a must have. Addressing the challenges, I think, requires collaboration between government, academia, and private sectors to standardize and improve the quality of education, both at the undergraduate level as well as the practitioner level. I think we also need to focus more on skill development and employability and use newer evaluation methodologies. We also need to rely on e-learning as a tool for self-paced and adaptive learning, and simulation-based medical education for more interactive classroom teaching and greater retention by students. And also provide access to credible data banks for equipping students and practitioners alike with answers to complex problems. So how can ICT help address these challenges? If we look at some of the trends, we see increasing use of blended learning, growing focus on measuring of learning, which is very important, and advancing cultures of change and innovation and increasing cross-institution collaboration. How is Elsevier in particular helping? Well, in India, Elsevier has developed an e-learning and simulation tool to enhance the classroom experience. It's called Clinical Learning. Clinical learning helps address the issue of issues related to recall of difficult concepts and also the level of engagement in the classroom. So in a study that we performed in 2014, we showed that the use of clinical learning was able to increase classroom interactivity and improve overall recall value. We also have a product called Clinical Key. It's a web-based clinical search engine with smart content which delivers relevant answers to doctors and students. And in another study that we did last year, we found that the use of Clinical Key was able to improve the quality of clinical practice by actively engaging clinicians. This led to a significant increase in the usage of online medical databases and significant time savings and improvements in clinical outcomes. We also have a tool called Mosby's Nursing Skills. That's an online solution for providing best in skills and procedures reference, as well as learning and competency management. It has nearly 1,000 nursing skills, which includes tests, checklists, illustrations, video animation, and demonstrations. It also has interactive functionality with the ability to customize skills for institution-specific protocols, and it's endorsed by the American Association of Critical Care Nurses. So, what's next? In terms of students and faculty, we would recommend implementation of exit exams with minimum national qualifying criteria, and standardization of teacher recruitment and onboarding